my name's Gould, and we moved, my husband and I, to Somerset last July 2019, and we have found ourselves in possession of an ancient orchard, and this is one of the oldest trees. And what's amazing about it is that its shape is fairly extraordinary given the pruning it's been given. But what we love about this tree is that it's completely hollow in its trunk. So there's evidence of life that's living in here, but there is nothing right from the roots up through, so it must be living on its very edge. And we've noticed just recently that because it's unbalanced, it's starting now to pull out at the roots, so not sure how long it's going to survive in its current form. But as you can see, you know, huge amounts of blossom, and last year it produced amazing amounts of fruit. But it's extraordinary to think that it's still going. In fact, just seeing a crack there which I haven't seen before. So yeah, and you can see all the little holes that all the little creatures have made. And there are deer in this garden, so you know the deer do come and take off some of the bark, but it's still standing. I don't know how old it is, but it's still standing, and I think it'll be standing for a few more years to come. I'd like to introduce you to Beck the dog with a very large bone, and the chickens that we call number 1, 2, 3 and 4. And they seem to follow us everywhere, which is rather lovely. There's some really strong grasses in the orchard, and we're trying to diminish the strength of the grasses. So last September we planted a load of yellow rattle in strips, cut the grass really low, stomped it all in, and crossed our fingers. And actually, as you can see, amazing germination rate. The seeds came from Morsgate seeds. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention names, but anyway, really good germination rate. And so we're hoping over time, by doing this in strips, we can just reduce the strength of the stronger grasses. The idea being to promote wildflowers throughout the whole area. So this apple tree had died. We cut it off at the top to leave a standing stump. My husband has drilled some holes for bees. You can see where the deer have removed huge amounts of the bark, but you can also see where the insect activity was behind the bark. So where the bark still remains, there will still be life. So this will stay here as a kind of totem pole and insect habitat, because it's good not to cut everything down and imagine it doesn't have some value for the orchard over time. So this is our first spring in Somerset, and we have a small woodland, and so we're seeing all of this for the first time. So it's a real voyage of discovery. So we've got banks of primroses. We have celandines literally coming out of our ears, violets, and now the cowslips are starting, which we have been told about, so it's really exciting to see them. We've been told about them by a neighbour. We're seeing all the leaves of bluebells, so hopefully they'll be coming soon. But you know, when you look close up at the woodland floor, it's extraordinary the amount of flowers and herbage that exists there. So watching it all grow and come to fruition is going to be amazing. There's a huge amount of wildlife. Some that we want to encourage. Some we'd rather not in terms of bunnies, but the bunnies, well, that's it. We'll have to protect the garden from the bunnies, but there isn't a garden as such yet. So this just gives an opportunity for wildlife. We've got voles, bunnies, deer, any amount of insects, butterflies, bees, hence the nettles and so on, just to be allowed. This was 8-foot bracken when we moved in last July. So Jeremy used a flail to cut the bracken down, and that's something we'll have to keep doing in order to weaken it. But what we discovered is just this amazing panoply of celandines, and one might not want them in a garden. They can take over, be a bit thuggish, but here it doesn't matter, and when the sun's out it's really quite beautiful, really beautiful. So here is a dormouse nest. It's completely covered in lichens. We don't know how long it's been there. But just to finish, this is about managing and not manicuring. You can see this is a mess of brambles and wild roses, and there are no straight edges. It's just a complete pickle, but it is about wildlife, and we're watching the creatures in here. We're not quite sure what it is. We're not sure if it's a dormouse or whether a bird's taken over. But anyway, the plan is that perhaps next month we'll come back and we can see how everything's developing. I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is for the London College of Garden Design. I'm hoping I'll get really good marks now. Bye.